Hello everybody, and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So, we got through the tutorial stuff. Well, we got through some of the tutorial stuff. I'm sure we're going to be learning quite a bit more. So right now, this old lady has helped us out, Fortuna, and we just need to do some basic things to take care of ourselves. So this is going to be teaching us some basics for us. We need to eat, and we need to splash water on ourselves at the tub to clean ourselves up as much as we possibly can. So right here, we eat from the pot.
That's really good. So good I wouldn't say no to some more.
Okay.
Aye, true bliss is a full belly.
So you can eat from these pots more than once, it looks like. And so now, on our character, we should be able to find, yeah, nourishment is at 54 now. Okay, so 54, and now we look at this again, nourishment is now at 69. And again, nourishment is now at 83.
There's no food for me here.
There we go, okay. So about 3 times from these pots you can eat. And I'm assuming that just like the last game, those will replenish eventually. So we've got that as well.
There's a water trough in front of the hut. Have a wash there, so you're fit to face the world.
You got it, girl. Thank you for helping us out. Something else that I did want to look at is whatever this is. Reiki. You stink. This is not only unpleasant for people around you, but your stench can even give you away if you're trying to pass unnoticed. You can easily get rid of the smell by visiting the baths or washing yourself at a trough. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. Okay, we need some lockpicks before we can do anything there.
But it's regular. That's a good sign.
And you know what? She's been nice to us. As much as I'm a sticky-fingered bastard, I think maybe we should just let her be. What do we think? So here's our trough. Let's wash ourselves off a little bit. All right. At least now we don't
like a new man.
stink. Ooh. Look at this guy. The dead bastard. All right, I'm not going to do anything with that right now. Ooh, a savior schnapps. So, saving the game. The game saves automatically during important moments, or when you quit using the save and quit option in the menu. You can also save by sleeping in your bed, or by drinking some savior schnapps. Okay, so now we have a save that we can use anywhere. And eventually we'll be able to make more of those ourselves. We'll also be able to buy them early on if we're not able to make them right away.
Well, seems Bujana isn't some quack. She's got a damn good setup here.
And we'll be making savior schnapps doing some of the stuff with this, an alchemy bench. So, the alchemy system in this game is actually pretty cool. Some people probably don't love it, but I think it's pretty cool. Alright. Let's talk to her.
I did what you asked.
And you didn't faint while doing it. I'm pleased, Henry. I had to pour a whole Lethean potion into you last night. That's what I call medicine. It can either put a dead man back on his feet or make sure he never gets up again. So consider yourself lucky.
Oh, good.
Well, but what about Capon?
Well, he's less lucky. That brute really knocked him about before Hans beat the life out of him.
Is there any way I can help? I owe it to Capon, and I want to do whatever I can.
You owe him, all right. I've got a bit of that Lethean potion left. It ought to work wonders on him, same as on you. But I can't just give it to him now. First, we have to deal with that fever. The best and fastest remedy for that is chamomile decoction. Luckily, it ain't too hard to brew, but we'll need some fresh sage for it. And, of course, chamomile. You ought to be able to manage that. You've got young legs and eyes, and I reckon a bit of a stroll would do you good.
Easy as pie. I can do that. Ma used to put sage in sauces and served it with meat. I'll check the kitchen.
Christ wounds. Try thinking with your head and not your stomach. We need freshly picked sage, not some dried herb, so listen up. Sage has a purple blossom and chamomile has white petals with a yellow center. At the back of the hut, there's a footpath leading up to the rocks. You go along there till you reach a sort of small meadow. You ought to find both of them there.
Great. I'll be back in a jiffy with a couple of handfuls.
All right. I'll be glad if you get back here soon. I don't feel right being here with that corpse in my yard. Seeing him lying there gives me chills. I can't think straight.
I understand. It makes me anxious too. Maybe I could manage to bury him somewhere. Or at least hide him somewhere further off in the woods.
The Lord be praised. I'd be truly glad of that. Do you feel up to it, laddie? You ain't in the best of shape, and digging a grave's a tough job, even for a healthy fella.
Not to worry. I'll see what I can manage. It's on account of us that he's here anyway. I wouldn't want you to have any more trouble. And a bit of effort, even if it's a dirty job, is the least I owe you.
Well, if you think you can manage it, good, but don't overstrain yourself. And thanks.
Where should I put him?
Grab the spade by the dung pile and bury him by the creek. The soil will be softer there, so it should be easier. When you head out the gate, follow your nose. Find a good spot somewhere in the reeds and nettles. And when you're done with that, better have a wash, so's you don't have the stench of death on you.
True. I'll bear that in mind.
I'll sort out the rest with Ignatius, the gravedigger, when he comes by again, so's I don't have that wretch lying here till Judgment Day.
All right. I'll get to it.
Seems like the least we can do. All right, so we have a couple of different things. We need to collect some herbs, and we need to find the spade so that we can take this guy out and get rid of him. Bury him. So we can open the map to see where to go. I'm also going to take this guy's clothes because I am currently naked. Whoops. So let's see. What do we got? We can transfer items. We can transfer all items. We can get info, and we can view our inventory. Okay. I think we'd want everything he's got at this moment. So we're just going to take everything. That won't be the case going forward all the time. That's for damn sure. So we've got a hood. Okay, a pouch. So that's what this is, huh? Equipping a pouch will open up slots that you place potions and food into. You can then quickly consume these during combat. The maximum number of slots you can have is 4, but not every pouch will allow you to use all of them. If you have a marked item that can be placed in the bag, you can place it as follows. Okay. Very cool. Belts. Equipping a belt will increase the number of slots you can equip items, weapons, shields, and ammunition to. Okay, so we won't get access to everything right away. You can then quickly swap between them in combat. The maximum number of slots you can have is 4, 1 by default and up to 3 additional ones depending on the belt you wear. Okay, so we'll be seeking out better belts as we go forward. One weapon, shield, or ammunition can be equipped in multiple slots, allowing you to create variable weapon sets. For example, you can combine one shield with multiple different weapons, such as sword and shield, axe and shield, etc. Using your belt and pouch, you can use them at any time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Press it again to put it away. We can also use B to open the belt pouch and hold B to put away the weapon in the active slot. Okay. Okay, hold 5, 6, 7, and 8, so we have to hold for any of the consumable items. That makes sense. I like that. Okay, very cool. All right, so that hunter's belt allows us to have 2 slots. Okay, tunic and gambeson take up the same spot. We'll take the gambeson since it's better. All right, we're not very strong, but that's okay. We'll put that in our torch slot, but we do not currently have any weapons. Okay. Probably cleans up those nasty clothes as A little bit, at least. Okay, so we need to find the spade. Can't remember where she said that was. Did she say it was in the shed here? There we are. Okay. And we'll carry the corpse somewhere where we can bury it. So that's going to be towards I. So that's going to be that direction, as we can see on the compass up there. We move pretty slowly. Apparently, carrying dead bodies will make us stink a little bit, so we'll want to wash up again after we bury this body, I think. Oh, hello, pig. I'm gonna hunt you. I'm gonna eat your pork. Today is not that day. We have no weapons. Alright, this is probably one of her pets, so perhaps not.
My shoulder. This bastard's hard work. You can't be in the ground soon enough.
Okay, looks like a good spot to dig. Yep, looks like we stink already. E to bury. After quite a bit of arduous work, the job is done. So it seems like you can either push and hold shift to run, or you can click it one time and it will toggle run. Are you just sleeping, bro? Yeah, he's just sleeping. Okay. It's like, you okay? Alright, puppy's okay. We do need to find Mutt, though. I'm assuming that's going to be a side quest for later. They don't want us to just have Mutt right away. Okay, we're going to take this path up. We're going to go and find, what is it, sage and chamomile? And then I'm assuming she's going to teach us how to brew potions. Do our first alchemy.
Hurts like hell. Maybe now it'll tell me when it's gonna rain.
Every time you get an ache, Henry. Every time you get an ache. Okay, got some deer up here. Bye-bye. Okay, let's pick some sage.
Purple flower. Sage. There we go.
There's some nettle. We don't need nettle for this, but we'll need it for some other things. So if we find it, we may as well pick it up. And I think I saw some chamomile up there by a rock. Yeah, that's going to be chamomile right there. So we'll pick up in a small area around you. So a lot of the time you're going to pick up more than just one. As you can see, we're getting like 2, 5 sometimes. Things like that. Okay. These white flowers are the chamomile.
That's it. Chamomile. Right. I've got all the herbs I need.
I'm never going to pronounce that chamomile. I'm always going to say chamomile.
The sooner Hans gets that remedy, the better.
Okay, we'll pick some more because we'll probably be able to make extras, possibly. And if this is anything like the first, then we'll also be increasing one of our stats by just picking these. So alchemy and what was the other one? Herbalism. Those were 2 different stats in the last one. I wonder if that's the same now as well. So we've got our skills. So survival, combat secondary. Interesting. I wonder if Yeah, I think it must work differently, huh? Maybe it's all part of survival? Oh, there's alchemy. So I wonder if alchemy and herbalism have been combined now. It used to be the case that they were separated, but it didn't make a lot of sense. Herbalism basically was only the act of picking up flowers. So I wonder if those have been changed. I'm not seeing herbalism here. Transmutation. Maybe there isn't even like any experience you get for just picking things, right? Maybe it's only the act of creating potions with alchemy. All right, well, anyway, let's go. Okay, a bit of comfrey here. Okay, let's go learn how to brew.
What's that dog making such a fuss about?
Something's happening.
Could something have happened at Bajena's?
Not all sticky situations have to be solved through violence.
Some weapon at hand, in case there's any foul play.
I'm looking for those renegades. Hey, you! What do you want? Come here and tell me who you are, or... Lord von Bergow sent us to find the renegades who ambushed some knights' company down by the pond yesterday. A couple of them fled and are hiding out here in the rocks. So tell me who you are and what you know about it.
Okay. Yeah, let's just play nice. We're messengers. We were the ones that were ambushed as well.
I'm Henry of Skalitz. I'm accompanying Sir Hans Capon on a mission to deliver an important letter to Lord von Bergow.
Now, we probably don't
were the
have
ones who were
the
ambushed
letter, do
yesterday
we?
by the pond. And Sir Hans isn't fit to travel now. Please report to Trotsky that we'll come as soon as we can. And have them send us horses and some clothing. And an escort would be good too.
Shit, how about that? I didn't expect you to fall for it so easily. We're not von Bergow's men, and we'll deal with him later. Like we did with you yesterday by
great.
the pond. But that's the least of your worries now. We'll take your Sir Hans with us. But we've no need of you. Farewell, Henry of Skalitz. This'll be...
I have no weapons. It's funny that the tutorial is like, hey, not everything has to end in violence. And in this case, it's like, but this one does. That is kind of hilarious. And I see you, Warhorse. That's brilliant.
Quick, boy.
I don't have a weapon.
Growler.
What am I supposed to do if I don't have a weapon? Should I have found one?
Jesus, I'm hit!
Go fuck yourself! Show your stuff!
Left alt to chat. Can I just, like...
Mercy!
Don't bother,
surrender.
mate. You're not getting out of here alive.
Interesting, okay. Yeah,
I'll
well,
rip your arm open!
no, I'm just gonna make sure. We don't have any weapons, do we? I guess technically I might be able to use the torch as a weapon,
Fuck that.
but maybe I just have to lie to these guys. Try and push them away
What's that
from
dog
us.
making such a fuss about? Could something have happened at
All right, I don't remember what brings out the torch. So, if this ends up in a fight again, I do want to know how to bring out the torch. I think there was a button set up for it now, right? Equip torches R. Oh, you can't use it as a weapon. All right. So, let's try to lie, I guess.
Should have some weapon at hand.
Get hold of
Just
a...
as in
Oh,
foul
there
play.
we go.
We're from Lord von Bergow.
Okay, I think I just missed that.
And we're looking for those murderers.
I know Lord von Bergow's people, and I ain't never seen you.
Hey, what are you doing walking? Lord von Bergow. A couple of... So tell me...
You're from Lord von Bergow? You don't look like it.
Kulva! Watch your tongue with me, boy. When I say we're from von Bergow, then we're from fucking von Bergow. Who else would we be from anyway? You can talk to me or talk to cold steel. Who the hell are you? And what are you doing here?
Okay.
Do you think I'm a fool? I know a robber when I see one. There's been lots of you types in these parts recently, and the fellas from the village are well pissed off. So get lost and don't come back, or we'll take our axes to you.
Well, that wouldn't be very nice. The thing is, I don't see no angry fellas with axes.
I've got one in
Just
my
an
hands
old
right now.
hag, and some wretch who won't live to tell the tale of how we dealt with him. This'll be quick, boy.
Growler.
Fuck! Let's get out of here!
Prepare to fight!
Okay, the other guy's running.
I can't handle this.
I can't handle this. All right, he's limping.
No! I don't want to die!
Yeah, well, too bad. You started this. Now you got to live with it. Bitch. I take no prisoners, okay? All right, I'm going to take everything he's got, and then if we end up over encumbered, we'll deal with that then. A bludgeon. I'll pick that up. All right, what is our weight looking like right now? So 59 out of 118. We got a little ways to go, so we're okay. Where am I? Is this the way back? This is the way back. Okay. Yeah, I'm still injured too. Okay, is that a little sword or something? A hunting sword? Okay. It's Taylor's kit. Tin badge of head start? What is that? Let's see. Q is info. Small point lead at the start of the game? Which game? Dice? Or something else? Okay, we'll just take all of that. Dang, now we have more bodies to bury. Okay. So, let's take a look. What do we got here? The hunting sword. Obviously, that one looks like it's really good at stabbing. Not as good at slashing as the work axe. Makes sense. Bludgeon is going to be all bludgeon, nothing else. Those are generally going to be better against armored units. Okay. So axe and sword. Very cool. I like the slot system they've got now. Okay, did you go in here? You alright, girl?
Did they hurt you?
No, but I think they would have if you hadn't come along.
Sorry. I reckon it was one of those who followed us yesterday.
Look here. I almost got slaughtered twice in one day on account of you two. God be praised
Honestly,
that my
yeah.
Pavlena wasn't here. Heaven knows what they'd have done to her. So, I'd like to know why all this is happening. Your friend was talking in a delirium in the night, saying you was knights. But if you two are knights, then I'm the Queen of Sheba.
Well, I must bow to your ladyship. Sir Hans is the young lord of Leiper and Perkstein. I'm Henry of Skalitz, son of Sir Radzig Cobbler, and I'm his bodyguard. We were heading to Trusky to deliver a message from Sir Hanish of Leiper and Margrave Jobst to Lord von Bergow. But we were ambushed by bandits yesterday down by the pond, and you already know the rest. And as God is my witness, we're no bandits. I swear to you, I'm thankful to you for saving us. And I'm sorry it caused you trouble.
Well, you sound sincere, so I'll take your word for it. I hope I won't live to regret it.
Me
You
too.
won't. I promise you.
I'll do everything I
Promises are
can.
made to be broken, but thank you for dealing with them.
I'll feel terrible if something
Except
happens to
I have
her.
another corpse in my yard.
Yeah, you do.
Don't worry. I reckon I've still got a bit of strength left. I ought to be able to manage it before evening.
I'd be eternally grateful to you. But be careful while you're at it. You don't want to open that wound or strain yourself.
What about Sir Hans? How's he doing?
He's holding up, I'd say. I treated his wounds and I'll change his bandages shortly. But what he needs most now is that remedy. Have you got everything for it?
Here. Chamomile and sage, like you said.
Excellent. Now to brew the potion from them. I gave you two the last of my supply during the night. But fresh is best anyways. It's a shame my daughter Pavlena ain't back yet. She'd get it done in a jiffy. But we'll just have to manage without her. But you can do it too. It ain't nothing hard. My eyes are so bad, it'd take me all day. But at least I can tell you how to go about it.
Do we think that Pavlena is going to be that one that almost got, I'm not going to say the word, but that was caught by the bandits?
All right, I'll try. Well, I've been at the alchemist bench a few times, but it's been quite a while.
That's grand. More than I was hoping for. And not to worry, it'll all come back to you. I have a book here with the recipe, but it'll be better if I tell you. I know it by heart.
I can read as well as any man, if that's what you mean.
My word. Maybe you really are a noble son.
I'll take the book just in case.
Grew up as a peasant, though.
If you give me some advice, I'd be grateful.
Of course. Everything we need is in the hut. Let's get to it.
Yeah, one of my favorite things in the first one was that we started out that game as just such a weak individual and had to learn how to even read. Like that was a side quest basically. Something you could totally just ignore the whole game if you wanted to. Just meant you had less options in some case, you know? Okay. So, let's do some alchemy.
First, go to the recipe book.
Okay. The recipe book is on the right. By pressing E, you can browse it.
Now find the recipe for chamomile decoction.
Okay.
And remember what you have to do. Then get back to the bench and we'll start.
You can flip through the book using A and D, and by pressing Q, you can switch between recipes and the herbarium. When you are finished reading, go back to brewing by pressing R. Okay? So we can look at herbs. We can go back. All right, so chamomile decoction. Sleep heals you faster, and if good quality, energy replenishes faster while sleeping. You will need wine, 2 handfuls of chamomile, and a handful of sage. Okay, so 2 chamomile, 1 sage. Add the chamomile, boil for a turn, grind the sage, and add it to the cauldron and pour. Okay. So boil for 1 turn, grind the sage and add it to the cauldron, and go. 2 chamomile, 1 sage. And the sage is what's grinded?
All right. First, you have to pour the right base into the cauldron. Choose the right pitcher from the shelf on the left, according to the recipe.
All right, what was it? You will need wine. Okay.
So, what did you pour in there?
Wine, of course. Like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit.
Okay. Move the cauldron down. So X to move the cauldron. This is a little different. Okay, we put it to the
Hear that
fire.
bubbling? It's boiling. Remember that well. For most potions, you just have to simmer the herbs for a bit. But sometimes you need to get it good and hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling.
Okay, let the cauldron boil. So we push Q.
It's boiling. To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down quick, take it off the flames. Try it. Move the cauldron up.
Yeah, the moving the cauldron up thing is new. I actually like that. Helps with the timing so much better.
Now we'll start with the brewing. Get all the herbs that you need ready. The ones you picked.
Okay, 2 chamomile, 1 sage.
Put them there on the shelf, so you've got them at hand.
Chamomile and sage. And confirm with X.
All right, let's get to it. First, throw 2 handfuls of chamomile into the cauldron. Before you put it on the flame, turn the sand glass so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact. Every grain of sand counts.
Okay, turn it over.
See? When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn. That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts bubbling. Then turn the sand glass. As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again.
Okay, and then once that goes out, we'll take it
Ain't
off.
that enough? Take the cauldron off the flames. All right. Now, take 1 handful of sage, grind it with a mortar and pestle, and drop it in the cauldron. Have
I
you
love how
ground it?
analog this whole system
Good.
is.
Now, drop it in the cauldron. You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant it. Get a phial and pour it in. Done. Now, let's see what you've brewed.
All right, chamomile brew. We got 2 of them.
Here it is.
Ooh, by the smell of it, it's a chamomile decoction the way it should be.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
All right. Is there anything else I can do to help?
Well, if you feel up to it, I'd be right grateful to you if you was to rid me of that damn corpse what's lying there the whole time.
Sure. I'll do the best I can.
When you're done with that, go get some sleep. You won't miss anything, and you need the rest after everything that happened.
All right, fair enough. Sleep until morning and get rid of the body. You get rid of fatigue by sleeping in a bed. Furthermore, your health regenerates while you sleep, which currently is not full. We are hungry again. We could check our food. And just know that food can go bad. So you'll notice here that we have condition. And this mead right now is at 65, moonshine at 68. So we're going to start by eating any of the food that is lower in condition and go from there. So our nourishment is at 46 right now. Okay. Whoops, I don't even know what I pushed there, but I just wanted to get above 50% there. You've got some Dutch courage. Alcohol has boosted some of your stats, but if you drink too much, it will start to weaken you. On top of all that, you can get addicted, so drink with moderation. Okay, I didn't even mean to drink alcohol, but that's cool. Carry Kozliak to the stream. You got it. You cannot run at all while you are carrying a body. Just to make sure, we are heading towards J, correct? Yeah. What's up, pig? I think you belong to that old lady, so I won't kill you for meat, because that would be rude and disrespectful to her. But if I ever see you out in the wild, bro, you're dead. You're dead. Okay, anyways. Okay, we're gonna dig another grave. Here, maybe? The other guy out in the woods can get fucked. He doesn't get a grave.
This damn shoulder.
After quite a bit of arduous work. Okay, and we stink again, naturally. Now, where do we see what time it is? Okay, you can't delay, no time to lose. Okay, so T would normally allow you to kind of like progress time, and would also let you quickly see what time of day it was. But I don't know how to see what time of day it is without that. Does it say anywhere on here? Yeah, doesn't matter all that much, really. We know we need to sleep and heal ourselves anyway. Let's wash up a little bit again. So, if chamomile is... Let's see, where's that going to show up? We got 2 of them, didn't we? But we must have given her both. But I might make some more in a bit. But let's go ahead and progress here. Sleep and save by holding E. And then here we go. Okay, so it was almost night. We basically spent her entire day. So how long do you want to sleep? So we'll be able to see kind of our health go up as we move forward. So just in 2 hours, our health would be back at 100%. 60% probably has to do with the comfort of the bed, how effective our sleep is. So we can see that by midnight we've gotten enough sleep, but we'll just go ahead and go until the morning anyway. Ooh, it's much faster than in the first game. We'll see if that remains true as we move forward. Maybe just because we're in story stuff right now it's faster, but we'll see.
Will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had it like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
This fucking guy. This is the guy that we are after. This is the guy Henry wants the most.
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine. And I plan to take everything.
Rotted hell!
Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
The stronger dog fucks the bitches. And war is a nasty business.
Where's my fucking sword?
You know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you!
Yeah!
Man, it's so wild that he just got away at the end of the last
Don't disappoint me.
game.
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise. Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Okay, meeting the daughter. I don't recognize her from the river, but she could have been one of them.
Bad dreams. You must be Pavlena, right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night?
Hans? He's alive. How is he?
Have no fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive.
Yeah, that's Hans.
Ma knows what she's doing. And that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedies she knows. And it looks like they did the trick. On that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right.
Sure does.
And what about you? How do you feel?
I feel like I got thrown by a horse and then stampeded by a herd of cattle.
Is it really that bad?
More or less. Although the fact that I'm hurting all over means I'm alive. So I reckon it's all good. Considering.
That's surely the healthy way of looking at it. But I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth, a villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father, and I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your sleep. Dreams shouldn't be taken lightly. They can have real meaning, however hard they are to understand. What strikes you as the most important part of your dream?
All right. Pavlina over here is like analyzing our dreams. She's like our shrink right now. Beautiful maiden.
The sword. The last thing Pa forged before they murdered him. It might sound strange, but I feel his soul won't find peace until that sword is back in our family.
It doesn't sound strange at all, and swords are a symbol of kings. It could mean power and responsibility, or war and ruin. After all, a sword has two edges, and it depends who's wielding it.
Yeah, I'm not going to be rude to her. She's being super nice. Like, her and our mom are taking care of us. I'm not going to be a dick.
Thanks, Pavlina. I never thought of looking at it like that. It's a lot to think about.
You're welcome. But remember, it's only my reading. The only one who can really understand you is you yourself.
I expect you're right. So in the end, all the hard work will be on me. But this is all too much heavy thinking at once. Right now, what I need more is a little sunshine and fresh air.
Aye, that's the best remedy for many ailments. And a full stomach will help too. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
Yeah, let's go help her. Hans is probably driving her nuts at this point. Increasing Henry's level will also give you perk points. You can use them to unlock his other abilities and upgrades. So let's go to player. And let's see. So, 12 available perk points. Okay. 7 out of 275 perks. Okay. So if we look at main level here, we have Charming Man and Opportunist available. Mom always said you should do one good deed every day. You carry that mother's wisdom in your heart, and that's why you often carry it in the palm of your hand. If you gain reputation, the increase will be 10% higher. Opportunist. If you lose reputation, the drop will be 10% less. I'm going to take Charming Man. Okay, so E for learn. Boom. Okay, so down to 11. So it looks like we just have points in each of these individually. Gotcha. Okay. So we got a perk point here. So you can actually see right here. So perk points, we've got 1 in strength, 1 in agility, 1 in speech that we can spend. All right. Whoops. So we've got 2 available in strength, hardworking lad. You grew up in a forge where hard work was never in short supply, and you find a certain satisfaction in it. If you carry a sack or even a dead or unconscious body, the weight only counts as a half. Therefore, they will hardly burden you, and carrying them will no longer cost you extra stamina. Additionally, your carrying capacity is permanently increased by 8 pounds. And, well, I do love anything that increases my permanent carrying capacity, you know. Train hard, fight easy. When Sir Radzig took you into his service, the first thing he did was send you to train under Master Bernard. You still remember the beating he gave you. So I like how these are kind of like framed as you like reconnecting with the parts of you that you lost when you got injured. It's kind of cool. The required strength for all weapons will be 2 less for you. In general, if you have a lower strength than the weapon requires, you will do less damage with it. Conversely, if your strength is higher, you'll do more damage. With this perk, you'll reach that state sooner. That seems pretty good. I think I'm going to take that. Yeah, I think I'm going to take that. Train hard, fight easy. All right, agility. We have deft hands. You wield weapons with ease and naturalness, as if you've done nothing else. Since childhood? I think there's a word missing there. The required agility for all weapons will be 2 lower for you. In general, if you have a lower agility than the weapon requires, you will find it more difficult to fight with, but if you have a higher agility, the stamina consumption will drop. With this perk, you will reach that state sooner. Okay? So that's very, very similar to the strength one, and I like that one as well. We've also got featherweight. Knowing how to fall is a useful skill to have, and seeing how often life knocks you down, you've managed to pick up the art rather quickly. Fall damage is reduced by 30%. We're going to take Deft Hands. Okay, so yeah, we're going to take that one, which will reduce the area that is needed to get your bonuses and negatives for differentials in your stats. Okay, speech, polished wares. Quality speaks for itself, but you still know how to help it along. When selling weapons, armor, or clothing that are in near perfect or perfect condition, 98 to 100%, you'll gain 10% more money for them. Okay, that's interesting. So we pair that with blacksmithing a little bit, and we can repair our items before selling them and get a little bit of extra money from them, I think. Silver Tongue. They say silence is golden, but for you, it's usually the opposite. You get a +4 speech bonus when haggling, making it easier to negotiate better prices. Okay, so both of these kind of affect how much money you're going to be making. We're going to be haggling quite often, pretty much every chance we get. So that might be the one that we want. Especially early on, polished wares seems like it would be more useful once we're better at blacksmithing, once we're better at repairing our items, which probably won't be right away. So I think Silver Tongue in the long run is going to be more useful. So we're going to take that. All right, so that's everything on this one. Let's check out skills. Craftsmanship, horsemanship, and stealth. Okay. All right, craftsmanship first. So in the first game, we didn't have a blacksmithing thing, and I think that craftsmanship is going to be a blacksmithing stat. So that's cool. So, razor sharp. Anyone who does not know how to take care of a sword, and especially its blade, should not wield such a weapon, and would do better to hang a club on his belt. Okay. So, I mean, there was craftsmanship, don't get me wrong. Like, I know that you could repair items and stuff, but I feel like some of the blacksmithing stuff could have been more in the last game, considering that his background originally was as a blacksmith, and so I think they're going to be expanding on that with I mean, we have a crafting menu now, so I don't know how that's going to play out, but there's some new stuff. Anyone who does not know how to take care of a sword, and especially its blade, should not wield such a weapon, and would do better to hang a club on his belt. If you sharpen a weapon on the grindstone to a condition of 98% or higher, the weapon gains a bonus effect that increases its slashing damage by 10%. This effect will remain active as long as the weapon's condition stays above 75%. Okay. 7 League boots. The more time you spend on the road, the more you appreciate good quality boots. You can even customize your boots to fit you like a glove. If you wear boots repaired by yourself, sprinting will cost you 25% less stamina, so you can run longer and go further. And then we have well fitted. Tighten the lace here, add a leather hem between 2 sheets. Sew the loose end, place the padding properly, fix the mesh correctly, and it's easier to wear and less noisy. Armor and clothing that you repair yourself with the armor's kit will make less noise when worn. Okay? The effect lasts until the item's quality level drops. Drops to what, though? You should give me a percentage on that one, too, because if it just drops at all, then that's not very useful, but based on the other ones, it seems like it would be a drop below a certain level. I think we'll take... If we take Razor Sharp, I'm gonna have to sharpen my weapons a lot more than I did in the last game. I rarely ever use the grindstone. But maybe this will encourage me to do it. We'll take that early, and it will encourage me to play different, hopefully. Horsemanship. We lost our horse, so we're gonna have to start over with this one, but mastering the basics of mounted combat is a basic part of every squire's training, so don't slack off and make a good name for yourself and Lord Capon. Melee attacks from horseback will cost you 15% less stamina, and it will be harder for enemies to unseat you. And then we have Saddler. You've been around horses for a while now, and because of your affinity for the craft, you've quickly learned a lot about saddles, harnesses, and other equestrian gear. Repairs with a cobbler's kit will be 20% more efficient. Additionally, because you know pouches and satchels well, you have a +1 bonus on the thievery skill if you pick pockets. Cool. Let's take that. Saddler. Pickpocketing is something that I need to do a little bit more of in this playthrough too, I think. So we have stealth kill. If you have a dagger equipped, you can perform a stealth kill maneuver. Cool. I like that we have that right away, as well as takedown. To do this, sneak up on your victim and initiate a chokehold. Be ready to press attack to finish the action and knock out your opponent. Okay. And then out of new ones that we might be able to get, we have Bushman and One Way or Another. Whoops, did not mean to do that. You walk through undergrowth with the lightness of a breeze and agility of a snake. You'll make 50% less noise when moving in bushes. One way or another. I'm gonna find ya. I'm gonna get ya. I'm gonna beat ya. One way or the other. If an opponent defends against your attempt to stun or stealth kill them, they will suffer penalties to their stats. They will make it easier for you to defeat them conventionally. The effect lasts for 20 seconds. Okay. So either just overall better stealthiness when moving through bushes, which are a great way to not be seen, I guess. I'm gonna take One Way or Another. Yeah, One Way or Another, I'm gonna get you. You know it's true. Okay, so that's everything here. So now we go to combat, and let's see, we've got 5 more points. We've got the evade, we've got the feint. So the evade, you can use an evasive maneuver, pressing the jump key along with the directional key. Oh, okay, that works a little bit differently. You can use it to quickly dodge attacks, move to a safe distance, or even move closer to your opponent. Okay, we're gonna have to try that out. Before, when people attacked you, all you had to do was push a direction. You didn't have to add the jump key. Feint. In a duel, the first to surprise the opponent with an unexpected maneuver often wins. If you move to attack from one direction but quickly change directions, your opponent will have less chance to parry the attack. Yep. Okay, I remember that. We have our perfect block, which we've been playing around with already. And we have the riposte. Attack immediately after performing a perfect block to perform a riposte. Okay. Head protection and steadfast. Heroes wear helmets, but even the humblest subject has the sense to get something for his head when his master calls him to arms. It's simple. A good helmet, properly fitted and tied, will save more lives than the most knowledgeable healer. If you are wearing a helmet, blows to the head will cause 20% less damage. With steadfast, as has been said many times before, it's important to tire your opponent in battle and to retain enough strength to defeat him. This skill will help you to parry even powerful blows with ease. Blocks will cost you 20% less stamina, and your shield and weapon will wear down 20% slower by blocking. I want that. I absolutely want steadfast. Okay. Alright, now with swords we have opening strike and precise. If you successfully wound an opponent by a strike to an uncovered zone, i.e. a zone your opponent isn't blocking, it'll be more difficult for the opponent to block your subsequent attacks. Okay, so that means more combos. That's pretty good. With a fully charged sword attack, your sword fighting skill will count 3 higher. So your attack will not only be stronger, but it will also be harder to parry. A fully charged sword attack. I didn't know you could charge them. We might have to play around with that, but I think I still want opening strike. But I do want to play around with charging our attacks. I think that just means holding it for a little bit longer. Okay, opening strike though. If we can get combos going, I like that. Okay, heavy weapons. Your heavy weapon attacks will be harder for opponents to block with a shield. Additionally, it will take less time to completely destroy an opponent's shield with your blows. Oh yeah, I think I saw in one of the trailers that you could destroy somebody's shield completely. That's pretty cool. I'm guessing that heavy weapons will be more likely to do that than swords, for instance. Okay, heavy weapons are most suitable for fighting armored enemies, and in the hands of a skilled warrior, the best armor or plate can't stop them. When you hit an enemy with a heavy weapon, their armor will count as 10 lower. Okay, I think I want that one first. Shield Breaker's good too, but let's take Sundering Blow. Polearms. I wonder if polearms have been fleshed out a little bit more in this game. Polearms were almost non-existent in the first game and didn't really have a good moveset or anything. They didn't have much going for them. I wonder if since they actually have their own combat thing, I'm guessing that they have been. Polearms will take damage 25% slower. Keeping a distance, blocking while using a polearm will be easier, more effective, and will cost you less stamina. I do a lot of blocking. I think I need that. Okay, with unarmed, we have belligerent brawler. After the first strike in combat, subsequent unarmed attacks will cost you 20% less stamina and will be 10% stronger. It lasts for 30 seconds. This perk will also activate after performing a stealth takedown. Harder they fall, if you fight unarmed against an opponent with a weapon, your unarmed combat skill will count as 5 points higher. Yeah, I don't think so. I think that this one will overall be more useful. We'll take belligerent brawler. And I think that's everything. Okay, that's it for now. Okay, so combos. Do we have to unlock combos? So we have 2 out of 9. I wonder how we unlock combos since we don't have to spend perk points for them anymore. I actually like that. Before you had to actually spend them in this menu here, so you had to choose between something like this and a combo. And that system wasn't great, if I'm being honest. So this is probably much better. So like, let's see. We have a one-handed sword right now. So we could do right, left, right, and that would be a lower right strike, or left, right, left. Okay. So we have 2 combos there that we could try out. And we will try them out. But there we go. Now, let's see where our nourishment is. It's at 56. So yeah, we're just going to probably eat a bunch of this. Was one of the options to pour a potion? Interesting. So you can take some with you. Okay, nourishment is at 100%. Now the thing is that if you overeat, you can have some negative effects as well. Oh, it's pouring a potion into this. Gotcha. So like we could actually put a poison in here, or we could put in, yeah, anything. Okay, okay. Yeah, that was in the last game. Okay, so it's early morning right now. Our journal wants us to join the others for breakfast. Oh my god, this game. Oh, this engine looks so good. Hi guys.
Look who's finally up! Henry! Good morning, Henry!
Dude is so chipper.
You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking! Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid.
Oh, he's already hitting
I'm
on her.
grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the 3rd time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The 3rd time? What in God's name happened the first 2 times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
Okay, so this is probably... I can't... Sir Hans was captured by humans, yep. This was the one where we were hunting.
Well, there was this time when me and Hans had some fisticuffs in the tavern, and for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a human patrol.
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleyov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Humans in this area too,
that's
huh?
all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice.
Okay.
The thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
I think there were 3.
He must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were 2.
That just proves how well you can count.
Yeah.
Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armor. It might as well have been 10.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
Ah, it's just this kind
She's
of
like, what?
motto of ours. Fortune favours the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
Ah, but you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
Okay, when Sir Hans took an arrow in Talmberg.
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the
Oh,
mighty
yeah, he got shot in the
walls of
ass. I
Talmberg
forgot about
Castle
that.
to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only, along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
His noble seat.
Seat! He got shot in the backside!
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Literally.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself.
His ass, huh? You were looking at his
I reckon
ass?
You paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
All right. Yeah, tell me about beating up that cutthroat. That must have been quite the wrestle out there, huh?
True enough. Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falchion and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for. But I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favour you. You chose your motto well.
Once we get back to Ratai, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Fortune
Do
favors the
tell.
brave.
What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zheleov, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Man, you've already done so
Lieutenant.
much.
I don't know how to thank you for all this.
She's so nice.
But I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergow, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that axe and spade. We can't manage without them.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done.
Okay, we got some other
I have
weapons, so
something
we're
for you,
fine.
Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of
Save
trouble.
you a lot of
You'll
trouble.
see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana.
Okay, we got the
come in
recipe
handy.
for it. Thank you.
No doubt.
That is really nice.
But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though, I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer.
All right, we'll definitely be seeing them again, right?
Sorry for coming late, Ma. I got held up in Troskowitz.
Of all places. And it's not the first time.
Just gonna
I
take all
know,
this food.
But I was going past and I thought I'd try to sell some baskets
Don't
and
mind me.
ointments there. And I succeeded.
Emmerich won't be happy.
Then he shouldn't sell so dear. He charges nearly twice as much as we do, so it's no wonder folks buy from us.
Okay, I want to see. Oh, do we need to actually read recipes, or do we get them right away? I remember we used to have to read the recipes in our inventory before they would show up. So, does it show up in books? It sure does. We will learn it. You learn a new recipe, save your schnapps. Do you want to see it in the recipe book? Yes, I do. We need belladonna and nettle. Okay. Let's see, is it the exact same recipe? Do you have to make it the same way? Add the nettle to the cauldron, boil for 2 turns, grind the belladonna, add the belladonna to the cauldron, boil for 1 turn, finally pour. It's exactly the same. Okay, base of wine, nettle, and belladonna. So we'll keep an eye out for belladonna, and then we'll be able to make some more of those. Very cool. Okay.
I dread to think what they do.
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trotsky Castle right away.
You've got a steady hand and an eye like a hawk. Not like
What about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
You
Excuse
saved
me?
my skin.
So did I.
Sir
First
Hans?
Trotsky, von Bergow and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
Fine.
Right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you.
My priority right now is Mutt,
Should we
okay?
get going?
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
I know how it sounds, but I saw him. Believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergow is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes, we'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters: Darren York, ZTD, Chris Murphy, JW, Quinless, Vlado101, Bruce Wizzle, Black Mamba 90, Eureka Gecko, Pedo Kuto, Shadow Raven, Anna Kate the Great, Emily Kuzanoa, Philip Dougherty, Timothy Jansen, Skip, Naya, Turkeyfoot 27, Bean Curry, DWJ Media, Craig E. Christian, Black Ren, Barrettscape, Sanctum, Joshua Jarvis, Clockwork Hour, and Nadia N. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.